Hi everybody, it's Kevin
and Ralph
and Mary Ann, #1 sous chef off on the side, and we're at the cottage and it's 4th of July weekend. It's a hot one. We've got a storm coming through right now over the lake. Should be here any minute. But as hot as it is, storm or no storm, we still have to eat. And so tonight we decided to have something we really love and don't get very often, Cincinnati chili. And this is a chili that I had for the first time 25 years ago when I was in Cincinnati briefly, and then I hadn't had it again until actually with you a couple years ago when we were passing through.
Oh yeah, we
on a trip.
Did a little road trip and we went to Skyline Chili. Is that the same?
Yes.
Yeah, Skyline Chili is a fast food version of Cincinnati chili, but it's really, really good for fast food. I'm surprised it hasn't taken over the world.
So Cincinnati chili is, growing up in Detroit, we understand what chili is, but chili is something that goes on top of a hot dog for Coney Island, or something we eat a bowl of.
Especially during the winter time.
Yes, and certainly in different parts of the country they have different styles of chili. Texas and in the South. But Cincinnati chili is more very savory chili. It's not hot in terms of heat. And it's served in a very interesting way over spaghetti, with cheese, with onions, with beans if you want it. They call it a two-way, three-way, all kinds of way.
It's its own thing.
Someone said you want a three-way, I took pause.
Your ears perked up.
Yes, exactly. But it turns out that it is a delicious, very savory chili, and that's what we're making. So here's what I'm doing. I got 2.5 pounds of ground beef. I use ground chuck. You could use sirloin or regular hamburger. I put a couple tablespoons of oil in the pot, got it heated, then put in my beef. What we're going to do first is brown the beef. So we're going to get that done, and then once the beef is browned, we're going to add the other ingredients. So let's get this beef browned up, and then we'll move on to step number 2. At the cottage, 4th of July weekend, and we're making Cincinnati style chili. We had a little interruption, which you don't know about, but the power went off for about a half an hour or so because of the storm, but we're back in business. And fortunately for us, our beef here is all browned. You can see. So that was 2.5 pounds of ground chuck browned. To that, I am adding 1 quart of water. And to the 1 quart of water, I'm adding 2 large onions, diced. Did the dicing in advance. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this up to a boil, and then once it comes to a boil, we are going to turn it down to a simmer and then add our seasonings.
The seasonings that make it Cincinnati chili.
Exactly.
Which is its own thing.
Defines Cincinnati chili from all other chilies. So we're just going to get this up to a boil, and then we'll come back around and add all the good stuff into the pot, okay? Okay, so we're boiling here our ground beef, onions, and water. Next is just your standard 6-ounce can of tomato paste. So we're going to getting a chili facial here.
Get every drop.
Yeah, we're going to get all this good tomato paste out of here. And then we're going to add to the tomato paste some other seasonings.
What's this here sauce?
What's this here sauce, as Ralph calls it. And we're going to put in 1 teaspoon.
Alright, that's one of the secret seasonings.
And you think, oh, okay, well, that goes with beef. We're going to put in 1.5 tablespoons of vinegar. You could use white or whatever you have. This is apple cider.
Which is supposed to be healthier.
1.5 tablespoons. That will give it a little bite. Then to that, we've got 1 clove of garlic. I've got it in a garlic press here because we want it nice and crushed.
And get all that good garlic juice in there.
Get those garlic oils out of there. 1 clove of garlic. Then, here's our seasonings.
What is that?
Well, we've got 5 bay leaves. We've got 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. We've got 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Over here, we have got cinnamon. Yes, cinnamon, 2 teaspoons. And here is allspice.
Allspice, wow.
So you think often those are baking spices, the cinnamon and the allspice. You know, chili powder, yeah, you get that, but
these are the things that make Cincinnati chili so unique, at least from this recipe. We had it at Skyline, and I think the story behind it was that the brothers that started Skyline were Mediterranean.
Yeah, I think they were Greek. Then 2 tablespoons cocoa powder, unsweetened.
Oh, that's a trick.
And Ralph, of course, cocoa is often something used in making Mexican
yes,
dishes.
moles and different, there's so many great things you can do with it, and I didn't realize that was a part of the mystery of Cincinnati chili.
So now we're going to, you want that that tomato
paste
to sort of dissolve, which it will, in the hot liquid. We're going to cover this, and we're going to simmer this. Let all those spices blend.
Marianne, are you getting a whiff of those delicious smells?
Yes, I am.
Gosh, those are very exotic.
So, and you can let this cook. It depends at how big a hurry you're in. And you could certainly make it a day in advance if you wanted to, and it would even give the flavors more of a chance to meld. But you could let this simmer up to 1.5 hours or 2 hours if you wanted to. We're not going to go that long, but be no harm in having it simmer for a good 90 minutes.
Great. By the way, nice apron. Nice.
You like that?
Yeah.
This is my.
Is that from Kmart?
Yeah. This is my 4th of July ensemble. But anyways, so we'll have this. Everything's in that needs to be in. So now it's just cooking. We're gonna do up some spaghetti that we're going to serve it on top. The chili on top of the spaghetti, and then some cheese on top of that, and if we're up to it, maybe some onions too. Okay, so we'll be back with Cincinnati chili, cottage style. Cooked a pound of spaghetti, al dente. That's just out and in, and this is our luscious, beautiful Cincinnati chili. You can see it's really dark.
Yeah.
That is the cocoa, and now what we do is we just ladle this beautiful chili.
Yes, it's got a dark coloration, and the smells, ladies and gentlemen, if you could smell it, it would almost remind you of lamb.
Yeah, maybe because of the allspice, the cinnamon.
It's very Middle Eastern and Mediterranean kind of flavorings and savory spices that are going on in this chili, which make it special.
Now, in Cincinnati, you can order it plain, which is just the straight up chili. This is a 2-way right here, which is chili on top of spaghetti. A 3-way, which is how we're going to do it.
Kinky.
We're going to have a 3-way and put a little bit more on here. A 3-way spaghetti, chili, and
the third magic ingredient,
cheddar cheese. Now you can go with what we call a 4-way, which would also be chopped onions, but we're actually gonna do that. We got onions on the side because
separate.
Miss Marianne isn't a big onion fan, and that's okay. And then there's finally the 5-way, which is kidney beans on top of the onions.
So this is a very flexible yet versatile yet very stick to your ribs and flavorful meal.
So there it is, ladies and gentlemen, Cincinnati chili. Can't wait to dig in. Wish you were here. Happy 4th of July. Happy birthday, America.